Welcome back to the channel, folks. My name is Joel Duggan, and we're hanging out in Minecraft to start the day back in Westhill, my 3-year-old medieval town that we are slowly but surely getting closer to finishing. And boy, do we have a great way to kick off the stream today. We're in the middle of a level 1 hype train, and I got Scotsman UK to thank for the tier 1. That's a 9 months total, and the Fire Keystone badge. We've also got Blast Jordan jumping in at tier 1, 7 months in a row. Thanks ever so much. Really appreciate it. That is a Cosmic Dancer gift sub for Blast Jordan. MindTripMedia with 100 bits. Another 100 bits from MindTripMedia. And SweetSandi with 500 bits. Holy smoke, Sandy. Friday stream hype, says SweetSandi. Thanks ever so much, Sandy. Really, really appreciate it. And I am heading out of town because I was reading the chat and only sort of watching where I was going. But that's good because we are essentially finished with the Marsh, which is the build that we've been working on for the last several weeks along here, and I think it looks great. Cosmic Dancer with 10,000 bits. 10,000 bits. Holy crap. That's incredible. Cosmic, thank you. Wow. Super bits hype. Exactly, SweetSandi. They need to change those to super bits. Now that's a level 5 hype train at 3% with 4.5 minutes left to go. If you want to participate, folks, it is 100 bits, a tier 1 sub or a prime sub, and that gets you in on the hype train. Unfortunately, Twitch has not announced any new hype train emotes. They said they were going to. There's a Twitch promotion happening later this month, but I've got nothing for details. They've not really shared much. What level does it get up to? It does not have a cap anymore. It used to be 5 or 6, but now it just kind of goes forever. Super Jelly Bean 64, thanks for the follow, appreciate it. So this is looking pretty good. I don't like the moss lines here, but one of the things I think we're going to putter around with today is this area. Something that I need to look at. I've got my book with me. We'll pop up here for a decent view. So we've got this area here that's very, very plain and needs a lot of work. And I've got my Westhill list. So there's a couple of things I need to wait for 1.20.3 to be released to work on. And most of them are the buildings. So the main hall mezzanine, and the keep basement. Those are all over there. And they all require tables and chairs, which is a data pack that I use that I need to update. And I also want just the 1.23 kind of like solid beginning and update to all the mods to work in there. Not that we have a lot of building mods, it's mostly quality of life, but the data packs and stuff, I really want to make sure that we've got that sorted. And then this page is all finished. This is only tables and chairs fixes, so we can't address any of this until I update that data pack. And then when we're in the Westhill Valley, the crossroads, that's what we're looking at right now. That's the crossroads kind of here in the middle of the screen, just behind the book here. We've got the North Road, the East Road to Bridge, the West Road, South Road to the gate, and crossroads signs. So those are all things that have to happen kind of like in this area here. So this isn't textured. Also, I'm going to move this. I don't like where that is. This, I think we need to push farther as a stone road. This is not textured. I also may move it a little bit here and there. This, I think we're going to change, and I'll show you why in a minute. And then we've got the Westhill River Inn. That was originally going to be here, but I think I'm going to put it here. And that's going to be a decent sized building. And that's going to help us with this weird hill and how to deal with that. And then we've got Northern Farms, West Riverscape, marshy area at the base of the northern wall. That's done. Wheat Farm interior, need tables and chairs for that. East Farm Road landscape texture. So we've done almost all of that. What we've not done is like along here in the distance. We've not done any of that, but everything else, all this is finished. That's done. All through here is finished. All that's done. I think we might look at some of these trees here and there. Those have grown up, but like really It's mostly just like this little section right here. I'm not going to go up into the hills, but like just this little area here needs to be worked on. And Westhill Riverscaping, and then we've got the Westhill Rivers. And all this is just some of the rivers are not finished in terms of they're just the sprinkling of seagrass and all that kind of stuff. So if we look at the map, you can kind of see what I mean. Right in here, you can see where there's still sand and gravel, and it's all very jagged, whereas down here it's a little bit smoother. Now this doesn't have any decoration, but it is at least smoother. But then when you get inside the town, you can see that the rivers are all finished. They've got rocks and moss and all that kind of stuff. And then when we get down to the other side here, same thing. Out the back, it's just very plain and needs to be tweaked. And then it's the same thing up along this river here. It's been landscape, but then there's nothing happening in through here. So some of it needs to get filled in and changed around. And then lastly, and this is what I was talking about, this wall, and this is what I think I might mess with today. This is all jagged and weird and needs to get filled in and landscaped. And then this wall, this is just too big. This farm is just too ginormous. So I think we're going to make this a farm here. I'm going to put a little road that goes in between here. I'm going to make a note of that pond and maybe move it. And then I think we're going to put another farmhouse here, because I thought it would be cool if this, like we have this marsh on this side, I kind of thought if we had like flowers here, like a flower farm, like lilacs or potted plants or like whatever we have, and then we could move the bees and have like the apiary kind of over there. And then similar to this having a little stone house, we might put a little stone house up here. And I think we'll be okay if we do that. So the plan I think right now is to move all of my shulker boxes out of the way so we can get a clear view of the area. Big Bad Wolf, thank you. That is the end of the hype train. Thank you ever so much to everybody for the support. That's amazing. What a great way to kick off a Friday. Right. So I don't need this. We can just work on the crossroads and the farms. I can put some of this away. I think we're going to clear this out a little bit. Actually, I guess I should do this in reverse order. That goes in there. Alright, get rid of the shaders. And we'll pick up all the shulker boxes first. Just enough room. And I'll have to come back for you. I can't wait to update the data pack and finish all the tables and chairs that are broken. It looks so weird. Okay. What do we not need? We're going to need some stone. Andesite. I don't think we're going to need the deep slate right now, so I'll put that back. And backpack will have to empty. We've got all that sand from rivers in the area. Pretty wild. Get rid of this. I forgot that they had mouths on the bottom. That's funny. We'll keep those. We might be able to do some sci-fi stuff with that. They're kind of fun. Where's like an odds and ends? I'll put that in there. All right, put this in the wood box. I don't think I'm going to need the wood. I need the dirt. I don't need the mangroves anymore. I'll need that. guess I'll leave the wood in case we want to make a sign or something. I'll need the grass. Don't need the mud. Don't remember where I put all of these. I guess they were over here. And let's see, stone, andesite, gravel, tough cobblestone. We're probably going to use those. Grass we'll need. Iron box can go away. Bone block stuff we'll need. Jungle we don't need. As far as I know. Need the landscaping. Don't need the mangrove wood. Definitely need moss. So we'll probably keep a lot of that stuff in the inventory. This we'll keep over there. I had a squid head anyway. More flowers. Oh, that reminds me. Cosmic, what flowers did you need? I know there were some on your list. I need to do a really big revamp. One of the things that's going to happen when I finish Westhill is changing the way that I've organized my shulker boxes. I've not been super efficient with them. I feel like we don't need those in there. And so it's just finding a home for those. Got this in here somewhere. Oh, wait a minute. No, those go in here. So now we've got a nice clean... You know what? I don't think I even need those. We can just get rid of those. Can always rename stuff later. How's that for math? I have another box with that needs sticks. Yeah. I just want to have a nice shulker box that's got a nice empty space for just picking up extra items. I'll take that. I'll take that and bring that too. That can go back in here. I feel like these are out of order somehow. There we go. So it's just that fern box I have to go get, and I'll have to put down my inventory first in order to do that. What did Cosmic say? On a scale of 1 being so mad you yell, Cosmic, like Kirk, like Cons, how mad would you be if I logged in one day and the marsh had frogs in it? I'd prefer not. As long as you remove them after. Lily of the Valley is the one you're looking for, but you don't need anything else. Lily of the Valley. Yeah, that's the only one I have. I only have like 11. I've got lots of other stuff. Okay, I don't have necessarily an extra shulker for green stuff, so we'll have to bring that box in one inventory bit at a time. I can move some of these around. And some of that deep slate and tuff can get moved around too. Chiseled bookshelf. I have room for that. Calcite. One left. We'll just leave it. And deep slate. That frees up almost a whole shulker. Andesite, gravel, stone. Where is it? There's tuff. Got lots of tuff now. Thanks to Cosmic. And spruce trapdoors. Look at all the wooden gold. There's one left. Do I have a spot I can just put it? Sure. Alright, candles. I'm pretty sure we've got spots for candles. Oh, that's not it. And now, just that. And we can put that somewhere, and then I can put all of the other things in there. Excellent. Do frogs mess up landscape? I don't think so. Eventually I'm going to have to go around and like gather up the roof pigs and swamp pigs and all that kind of stuff and move them. All right, let's put this away first. Case in point, there's been an animal collection over time. Just to get them from wandering around in the middle of everything. I think that looked like a good spot. And it's the purple one. Happy 3 years of Westhill. That was from Cosmic. Yep. Would have been faster I had an empty inventory, but it's fine. Guess I'll put those at the end. They all fit? They all fit. Threading the needle. Can put this back. That goes there. And then I just need a little bit of green dye. Or lime dye, I guess. Silly server resets all of our, like, tickets or toasts. Thank you for the 3 years, Cosmic. Much appreciated. Let's do... and we'll put you here. You can use that to fill up my other ones. And what was there? That one. I'm missing one shulker box. I used to have a utility box and I got rid of it. Not on purpose. What just happened? My game crashed? Okay. Please stand by. Why is it waiting on install? That's weird. Glad we play on a server. My game crashed. My Minecraft client just completely ended. Is it gonna... There we go. That took forever to update. All right, how are we doing? We've got moss, we've got lots. I might need more dirt or more room. Grass, do I have any grass room? Probably not. No. Might have to start using the storage underneath the keep or underneath the graveyard. Am I getting a Windows update? Don't think so. Either way, like, it's not going to install while I'm at the computer and force me out of stuff. Like, I don't have auto updates on anything on my PC. Is it the smooth swapping mod? Oh, maybe. That could have been it. So I think the best place to set up the shulkers for now is probably right here in the middle of the crossroads. Because I feel like this position is not going to change much. It's that, or maybe right here. Yeah, let's just do it right here. And I guess we'll do this. All right, least likely are the wood boxes. Probably not going to be using those a lot. Put that over here. Now we've got stone. then the dirt and the grass. And then the bushes. Excellent. I'm going to need some more rockets. Good thing we made them last time. All right. So I think the first thing I want to do is manipulate this area here, because we've not looked at this at all because of we were focusing so much on this side. So I want to try and get this idea of the cobblestone wall sorted. And I think what I'm going to do for fun is kind of mix it up with some mossy cobble as I go. And that way it's not going to look quite so bare bones. The idea, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to make plans for a future farm, but for the moment I might make it look like it's it's a ruin, like an old farm was here, and then eventually I'll put in a new one. So this feels like a good spot to have a road go between farms. So if we curve this around here, right? So let's just grab a little bit of this here. It's a pretty decent landscape. So maybe yeah. This needs to be a little bit wider, I guess. I find stuff like this helps me in the long run. Oh, I didn't bring any grass. That was dumb. Yeah. And I think just kind of like at a glance, having the mossy cobble in there will just have it feel just a little bit less unfinished. I'm not sure what exactly to call what I'm doing. I'm just, I guess, roughing out an area, just kind of prepping for future plans. And so here, like this tree kind of makes a good marker. It might not be exactly that tree, but I would say like right about here. That's a little bit too smooth. So there, there. This is why coarse dirt is nice, because it doesn't change back. And it's easier to change and do than path blocks. Actually, I don't know how wide this is going to be. Probably needs to be a lot wider than that. Let's go at least 3, maybe even 4. Landscaping, sort of. This is because I'm not really putting in all that time for landscaping though. More about just getting like a rough idea for an area. Landscaping I would consider like the final throes of something, you know? Like what we did with that waterfall the other day, that was landscaping in my mind. That might end up being bigger, and this might not end up being there. It might look a little bit too close. But you can see kind of like where I'm going with this. So I'll put in the rest of the wall here. And I feel like this would probably change the way that this works. Feels really great. What about this? So weird. I can figure out the rest later. Because we could always move that driveway type idea. Pervasive Tech, hello, welcome in. And the Mighty Elkhorn is here. And a 12-month gift sub courtesy of Cosmic Dancer has entered month 3. Again, Cosmic, thank you ever so much for gifting that to Elkhorn. Very kind of you. So I got to figure out where I'm taking this. I think I'm gonna. There'll probably be a long section here, maybe 6 or 7. That's a little straight. Yep. And then maybe we'll add 2 more here. Then we'll start curving around the other way. I think that's pretty good. I don't want it to be too geometric. I don't want it to look like a perfect circle or anything. The bees keep on making noises. Sometimes you just have to throw in a couple and kind of see what it looks like. Yeah, that could work, because then we could potentially have a gate here-ish. Maybe not in a straight line. I think that feels pretty good. Sort of organic. Now, I don't know about the actual landscaping there, but it looks all right. Maybe we just... Nope. That was probably better. That's a little steep. That might not stay there. We might have to change that around. That whole level might come down. Have to see. Really cool when all the bees are out at once. Yeah, it's just a visual thing. I do plan on maybe I don't think I'm gonna need all of them. I think I'm gonna create a bee farm in my sci-fi area when I get there. That's the plan. All right, so the next thing is that this feels like a really steep spot for the house. So maybe we'll push this probably from here. 1, 2, 3, 4. I think maybe we just need to add one all along here. VexDMC, hello, welcome in. Thanks for the follow. Appreciate it. Thanks for saying hi. I don't no, I don't have any functional farms in the area. Cosmic, you're right. Everything is like, I mean, I've got manual stuff, but like nothing too crazy. Oh yeah, this looks awful. Hold on. This whole thing just needs to be curved out more. Good news is we'll probably have a lot of grass from our storage be sent out here, which is good. Free up some space. Yeah, that's a little bit better. I'm not worried about this being perfect or anything, but I am going to remove some things that look a little bit odd. Maybe plant them over here. Here the bees will make good use of them. Now some of this is going to have to get filled in. But you can see how this makes a really cool spot for maybe a road. So I'm probably going to do that there. And I guess we'd have to think about how another wall might come in here. So I feel like this is going to have to get pushed back. And I think it's just entirely too far from the road. I feel like what might be beneficial over here is something similar to what we have farther down the road here, where the farm road and the wall are a lot closer. I think I like that look better. Maybe not 2 blocks, but maybe 3 or 4. Because that means there's less weird flat green space to worry about. 1, 2, 3, 4. What does that look like? Yeah, I think 4 is probably the magic number. Although I can actually, here we can change it a little bit. Oh yeah, that could be a lot straighter. What farms do I have? We've been on the server for 6 years, so almost all of them. One farm I'm looking forward to doing is a piglin bartering farm. We haven't done that yet. I guess I should worry about the landscaping first. Let's just pretend that we moved the pond to somewhere like, and I'm trying to keep with some of the things that Minecraft gave us. Like that pond was already there, and so was this one, and so was that one. I just kind of moved it. So I'm trying to like take inspiration from the way that things have been given to us. So I guess something like right in front of us here. Pretty pond-like. I'll call that a win. With organic stuff, I find it's best not to think too hard. Otherwise, it ends up looking like you're making perfect shapes. And I think I have a bucket on me. I do. So this will be fast. The river deep enough here? Maybe. The pond right here. That was dumb. It's right there. A little too fast. Ta-da. Speaking of the sci-fi area you mentioned, is the plan still to have it on a Mushroom Island? Yes. Yes, I'd very much like it to be on a Mushroom Island. Because I think that'll be great for managing not having things like zombies and skeletons around if I want to do some cool lighting or some dark things. And then I can always go deep underground because the Mushroom Island, I think, you know, if I want to do any farms, I just have to make sure that the farm is outside of the Mushroom Island biome. I think it extends up into the sky, but I don't think it extends super far down. So I've got to find a Mushroom Island that has like a lush cave or something underneath it. I'm also going to keep these. This was a natural pumpkin patch that was here, but I'm just going to kind of move it. Maybe along here would be kind of fun for now. All right. So that changes kind of the way that this landscape might go. I think we'll do the road next. Or is that going to connect? It's pretty good. Kind of straight. We'll have to maybe move it around. Oop, ran out. Do you plan on replacing the mycelium context to Mushroom Island? Yeah, so I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to create like a custom. I don't want to get into too much landscaping right away. So the mushroom biome is going to give me a nice alien looking landscape for the time being until I come up with something. Because I've done an awful lot of landscaping here in Westhill, and I'd rather move on to something else with the sci-fi area after this. And I think what I'm going to do is eventually I'd like to take like some stuff from the nether or like use concrete powder, or I don't know. I could also end up making the whole thing look very mechanical, you know. So that could be what happens there too. That's pretty good actually as a rough draft. And so just as a quick aside, let's go, it was 4. Yeah, that might be a little bit different. Oh, that was supposed to be road. I don't know about it getting narrower. I think I might have to widen it here at the bottom. Yeah, I think we just have to come in here. It's always a little bit funny when they go up a hill. It's always tricky to figure out where to put that hill. And in this case, I feel like it might be a better shape if it was like coming in this way. But it's hard to say. Question from Pervasive Tech, further up. Thank you, Cosmic. Do you have any favorite art movement or genre? Mine would be Impressionism. Renoir, Degas, Monet. I studied a lot of Impressionism in school. I focused my art history minor on 19th and 20th century art. JMW Turner. I can't remember what movement he was from. I also really like, I guess you could say, modern nature painting. Bateman. Robert Bateman, I think. I really like Art Nouveau, but that's more of an architecture thing. And what other kind of fine art? Yeah, I would say Impressionism is probably rare up there. It feels kind of like a low-hanging fruit. Like there's so many people that like Impressionism, right? But I feel like that's probably where I would put my group of 7. You mean like the Canadian stuff? Some of it, not all of it. The Canadian group of 7, I don't like all of them, and I don't remember exactly what they've done off the top of my head. So we can manipulate this path a little bit more, but I think what has to happen after my break, you can see this weird kind of change. I feel like this has to be more of a slope, and then this is gonna be completely different. I think this is gonna change even where that road goes up. So that's why I wanted to do this, is because changing this landscape affects kind of like this area here because of the way that you can sort of see it on the map, the topographical stuff. So yeah, I want to fix that, and I think this would just be like a wider swing. And plus, if we end up having another wall over here, then it'll change again as well. I don't know if that's going to be too close. Yeah, maybe we'll push that back by 1. And break time, says Cosmic. Thank you. That might actually be more of a curved part than a straight part. Yeah, I've got a funny feeling that the straight part is probably going to be more along here. Anyway, I take a break once an hour, folks, if you're new to the channel. And gives me a chance to refresh my water. You can grab a drink, grab a snack, grab a friend, let them know that we're streaming for the rest of the afternoon. Pretty fun place to hang out if you ask me. I'll be back in about 5 or 6 minutes. All right. Back into the fields. So if the road is there, I'd say this would be out kind of like around here. Oh, someone's come to play. Good thing you're wearing football gear. Ah. Yeah, that's not bad. I think maybe it would start heading vertical there. Oh, that's a little bit wonky. Feel like that looks all right. So this will be more of a organic shape along here. And just by throwing in this mossy cobble, again, I'm trying to make it look like it's less forgotten about. Yeah, that looks okay. That might be a little close. Maybe we need to go back the other way. Then it feels a little bit like a zigzag. Maybe we'll push this back. Coming down from this angle. Thought I added villagers with the zombie. No, that is not going to happen. Heck no. Yeah, I feel like the wall... I don't think the wall should be something that overlaps that tower, so we'll see where we can put it. This is where, because things are gray, I mean, eventually it's going to overlap, of course, but I feel like I want it to be a little bit farther back than that. Not that we couldn't put like a bush or something there too. No villagers in Westhill. Nope, 0. There was a village there, but eventually they all got removed. Yeah, so that stays pretty green until you're just about past it. So the reason I'm doing that, and the reason I moved it, is because I want this space, this divider between the wall and the pillar. It could maybe be 1 block closer. See what that looks like. I didn't do it, JPrice, actually. It's because I was working in the area so frequently. Zombies just ended up spawning. Yeah, I think that's okay. Zombies just ended up spawning and removing them for me. But I didn't... wandering traders get removed personally. But, yeah, okay, so that is going to be a different shape. So this is going to be too much of a corner here. All right, and then how do I want this to wrap around the edge of the river? Well, let's just say that we want perhaps river access here. So maybe a path going down there. The wall would have to curve out this way. Maybe to about there. That feels big. Yeah, I think we're going to have to curve it about there. This is going to be a weird, large area of riverbank that we'll have to deal with. So I don't know what we could put there. It feels like a big open space on the map, but it doesn't look that big this way because we've got this thing filling it in. And I guess coming the other way, we just have to think about what could go there. I mean, there could be a light, like a street lamp. And really just a little bit of bushes. We've got this in the background, so it's not as empty as it could be, which is good. Yeah. This other part needs to get fixed up. And I don't know whether to bring the landscape right out to this. Probably would make the most sense to just bring this right out, hey? Goat Lord EU, thanks for the follow. Welcome in. 125 villagers. How do you stand 125 villagers in a Minecraft build? That would drive me crazy. Yeah, that feels more natural. And then we just had to fix this up a little bit. Yeah, I think it has to come out a little bit wider. Sometimes you want to make things look more natural, and sometimes you want them to be a little bit less. Yeah, and that's maybe too sharp. Whoops. Big problem is golems. Yeah, that would be a real pain in the butt. SeerOfTerribleOmens, thanks very much for the follow. Good time zone, everyone. First time for me stopping by Joel's stream. Well, welcome in. Thanks so much for stopping by. What did I say? Sorrow or suffering. Would it be possible to create like sections in the city, kind of like city blocks with too high connections between them to block the golems? Oh, you're talking about golem stuff. I don't like. I've not messed around with villagers ever since they made all the changes with the golems and stuff. I just don't like them. I don't like the look of them. I don't like how the noise they make. So I tend to avoid them entirely. It's really quite dramatic when you punch a sunflower. They really explode in all kinds of little pieces. Don't need more grass, but more coarse dirt is required. And more moss. I don't know if I'm going to put a wall all the way around this place. I guess we probably could, or should. Maybe it starts to get wider here. Cosmic Dancer gifting a tier 1 sub to SeerOfTerribleOmens. How do I say that? SeerOfTerribleOmens? Sorry. Thank you, Cosmic. That's amazing. We actually are up in the 170s for subs now, which is fantastic. And that's a combination of regular subs and gifted subs on the channel, thanks to a couple of very generous folks on the weekend. And it's been a while since we've been up into the inching on 200 subs, which is fantastic. For folks that don't know, this is part of my job, so it's always nice when we've got the support, because it just means that I get to do this more often. I've been streaming a fair amount lately because I've had some extra time, but normally it's only Thursday through Sunday. So this is eventually going to have to come down. Kind of a pointy end to the farm. That almost lines up. All right. So that's not a huge area, but it's not bad. And it still leaves room for another farm or two up this way. Because I think similar to what I've done here with this plan for a road here, is that we'll probably connect it. We'll have this kind of wrap around and go out this way and connect with that there. That makes sense. Riveting. I like the planning part. It's all the filling in and then digging out large areas of the same block. Now, obviously, we'll texture this and make it look nice later, but for now. Need to make some more. Epic Emma, hello, welcome in. JPrice, thank you very much. Yeah, at one point we were up in like several hundred, which was amazing. I don't know. I think it was like during the pandemic. I feel like after when people started going back to work, that's when a lot of things kind of fell off a bit. But it was the pandemic that allowed me to make the push. You know, with everybody home, that's kind of how I ended up moving into podcasting and streaming full time. So I can't complain. Your username is German, so it's hard to pronounce. Can you throw something phonetic in the chat? I'll do my best. Is it SeerOfTerribleOmens? Is the I maybe not something as prominent as I think it is? Or is it like two different words? I find it's different. Oh, so Raugen. So SeerOfTerribleOmens. Okay. That makes sense. I've watched enough World War II movies to try to get a really rough, terrible pronunciation of German phonetics. Guess for now I'll just fill this in. So that'll stop there for now. And now I think I just need to address the grass parts. I kind of want to leave that tree there best I can. So for simplicity's sake, I'm just going to make sure that the wall's got like two layers in front of it, and then here, like, this doesn't make any sense, so we'll probably try to connect these two, and some of this stuff may have to go. All right, let's get a slightly higher advantage point. Wow, that is some Minecraft magic right there. Good job, World Gen. That's gonna need to wrap around. I think we'll probably fill in from about there. And I think we'll probably want to remove that layer there. And then pull that in. Yeah, okay. I'm thinking there's going to be another house back here. So this is going. Must be a cave down there or something. Weird hole. I wonder if I've filled in some stuff over here already. It's hard to remember. It's been 3 years. It looks relatively untouched, though. I think if I take this out here, it'll make this a lot easier to deal with, too. Yeah. Could be more interesting. There could be like a stone cliff here. Well, so much for emptying the grass in my inventory. We're just filling everything back up again. And the shulker box is full. No! So close. Move it or lose it, pig. It's a compressed word, a composed word, meaning sapphire eyes. Oh, very cool. You've got green eyes? I can hear a cave. I have green eyes too, by the way. There is definitely somebody somewhere. Moan and groan. Oh, sapphires are blue. That's, yeah. I don't know my stones. Thank you. Blue eyes. So I've got green eyes. What would green eyes be in German? So unfortunately, or fortunately, sunflowers only face one direction. Don't know if we're going to be using them because the model is pretty skinny. I would do it if there was like 2 or 3 of them per patch. That would be a custom texture I would definitely add. All right, so that's that part, and I think we're going to be filling in a chunk. You can see how another house might go there. And I think we need to connect this part here. I'll do it roughly. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 2, 3, 4, 5. No, that's too high. It was this one. Man, I'm not sure what's going on outside. I'm not sure if you guys can hear that. It sounds like someone's running like a lawnmower, but it's not time to mow the grass. It's like December. The grass is not growing around here. We don't have any snow, but not lawn mowing time. Maybe it's a generator or something? I don't know. I got the name from a poem by Heinrich Heine, Sapphire Sen Die Augen Den. That's very cool. It's a good idea. I used to, my World of Warcraft characters, I used to look up different words in Latin that would go along with the class and then name the characters like a mashup if I could make it sound like a name. So I don't remember all of them, but especially my Horde character, I'm surprised because my Horde character, which is a Blood Elf Paladin, I'm surprised I don't remember the meaning of his name. I think it was just like strength or something, but the other characters I had, one was a warlock that was named Vizvoro, and it wasn't a direct translation, but it was like basically a combination of the words that meant to disembowel and consume. So Vizvoro was kind of an aggressive name. And then my favorite one was quite straightforward. It was called, it was a druid. My very first World of Warcraft character was a druid, or night elf druid, as so many are. and it was Sadometis, and it meant plant fear, which I thought was kind of fun. Just because druids are all nature focused. Snowblower, but there's no snow. I mean, it's possible, pervasive tech. Maybe someone started it up to test it to get ready. I don't think we're getting any snow. I checked the forecast with some rain, some messy weather maybe on Monday, but that's a long way away. At least as far as weather goes around here. Right, so this is kind of messy back here. Oh, it has to be sharper than that. Not worried about getting these blocks buried. I'd rather have them there and kind of know what my plan was. A little weird looking, but I'll do for now. Feels very straight. Let's fill this one in. And then this gets all filled in. There's only so much grass placement you can take before the sound starts to make my ears twitch. So that looks like a good spot for another farm. And I like this embankment. And I think what we're going to try and do is have this be a nice subtle grade down to the riverbank. So I'll just do some quick math here. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So 30. And then how many blocks of elevation? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So every 5 blocks or so. think that should be doable. I guess we could probably start about here. And maybe what I'll do is just create a basic profile to work off of. I'd say this is about center. So 2, 3, 4, pig. I wish you could throw an apple and it would fetch it like a dog, because then it'd be very easy to get them out of the way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 3, 4, 5. Two, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's close enough. So what that does is kind of gives me a nice kind of grade to go down, and I'm probably gonna have to run around and just punch out all this grass, or at least the flowers, to really kind of get a good look at where all the land is. At least the 2 high grass. You don't need any sunflowers, do you, Cosmic? Because I have a few. For those that don't know, this entire valley is a sunflower plains. So over the last 3 years, slowly and surely, they've been removed. I guess I got some fill to do in there too. Now I don't want this to be necessarily a straight line. So maybe we'll curve it probably towards the bridge. That would make the most sense, right? This is going to be like a view from up here. You'll take them? Cool. I'll leave them somewhere in the keep. Yeah, I feel like a subtle curve coming down this way would make the most sense. So we'll kind of make this look a little bit like an 8, a number 8. Two, 3, 4, 5. I feel like that's right. Well, at least we know where a lot of the grass that we've dug up is going to go. see if even that little bit makes a difference. Yeah, you can sort of see what I'm going for, like gentle steps up. Oh, sun's going down. All right. This is going to get pushed back a bit. Because 5 is here. And that's there. That's going to be a little bit steeper back here, I guess. That's this level. Yeah. Interesting. I'm not sure where to start, from the top or the bottom. Word Nerdify, hello. You're right about the grass sound, too high-pitched. Here's a fun fact. This isn't the grass sound. I've replaced with my resource pack grass with dirt. But even then, the dirt noise gets me. So I don't even have the original grass noise. I'm dealing with my own thing. Now, normally I would use the shears to gather this up, but Cosmic dropped off a huge shulker box full of grass, so I don't need it. But this is enough to give me like a weird kind of like eyeball headache. So hopefully we won't do this too much longer. I'm going to try and smooth things out here. So we've got this, and that kind of got shifted over by one. Let's shift this over by another one. Maybe 2. That's actually working out pretty well, marking off that straight line of elevation. I'll have to remember that. Big fan of your soothing voice. Well, thanks very much. Appreciate it. I do talk for a living. So that's good. Future-proofing. Retirement plan in place. Although I have to say, there's a couple times a year when my allergies really kick in, and I find that my voice sounds very different. And I'm sure people that listen to me a lot on podcasts or on stream pick up on it, because I notice it. And it does kind of like give you pause. You're like, man, I need to be a little bit more careful with, you know, how I'm feeling and how I'm working. Because if I strain my voice, then that it becomes, I mean, I can still work. I can still do things. So you can sort of see what I'm going for, like a little bit of a grove. Obviously, I didn't do that side. But imagine, if you will, this kind of covered in something like lilacs or pitcher plants or something. I think I might put the pitcher plants on the other side. Like I think I might put the pitcher plants in this farm, because this farm has got this very heavy cliff, or not cliff, but hillside here. I think pitcher plants here would look really cool, or torch flowers or something. So we're gonna have like multi-use farmland in through here. And even that change makes this feel a lot more like rolling farmland, which is nice. Yeah, that's not bad. Not bad. I'd want to put in the actual farm before I finish the hill. That's why I've not been like noodling over every last little block over here. I think what would need to happen is I'd need to know where the blocks are going to be for the roads and things. So I'll just fill this in so it doesn't look like hot garbage. And then we'll just start to like go back from the riverbed here. I'm okay with steep stuff. I just don't want it to be full of dirt. And this is obviously going to be a little bit wonky. We're probably just going to take this right out. And if I push this back, so again, not final or perfect, but feels a little bit more natural. Once it all fills in with grass, it'll look a little bit better. Cool. Stream is at 2 hours. Thank you, Cosmic. All right, well, that's a decent change in a very short amount of time. Obviously, we've not done anything in there, but I think that really changes the way that that feels. And again, we will have more going on with a farmhouse. I'm wondering where would be a good spot to put the farmhouse. If that's going to be the house there, my guess would be I might be better off to put the house where the farm is, or where the pond is. But I guess right here would make sense. I just don't want to block too much in the distance, so maybe like right here. It is really cool how the wheat mill comes into view. Yeah, I guess we'll put a quick idea of a house right there. The pond may not be staying there. Yeah, I think that could work. How big is that other house? Not super big. So something like that would probably look okay. And then we might manipulate where that other one is. They kind of line up, but we could easily move that to be pointing in a different direction or whatever. That's going to be right in the way. I said I didn't want to block that thing in the background. I'm totally going to do that. But I guess that's good because then when you get down here, there'll be a wall here. So it'll be in full view. You get down here. Hopefully it'll look dense. We'll see how it goes. Word Nerdify, thanks very much. I mean, I am an artist by trade, so I feel like I have that kind of eye for composition. It's something I often noodle over when I was doing my cartooning work was composition and stuff. All right. I think the thing to do is going to be to switch it up. Normally on Fridays I start at 1, but I started at 12 today. So we've done a good 2 hours of Minecraft, and I'd really like to switch over to Satisfactory. And that generally is a longer stream than Minecraft. I just don't want to burn myself out and commit to too much here and end up biting off more than I can chew, because with the 1.20.3 entering into release candidates and the potential release of it next week, probably Monday or Tuesday, more than likely Tuesday, then next week when 1.20.3 hits, I hope we'll be moving back inside and finishing stuff inside there. So I don't want to like start too many projects out here. And you can see like a lot of this landscaping has already been pretty tightened up. So it's not too shabby. A few things that still feel kind of left behind, but you can really see the difference between stuff that we've done, even on the map, like how it looks in places that I've gone through and landscaped versus when I haven't. And I think that that's something I'm really looking forward to, having this entire area feel very, very feature complete. These look cool from the map, but it feels very plunked in there. I'm hoping to do something along here that'll blend it in a little bit better. So we'll have a little bit more happening around it to draw some attention to it. Art skill is not in your wheelhouse, but I can appreciate it. Well, that's cool. It's sometimes difficult as an artist to remember, like when you think about something and you can imagine it in your head clearly and then translate that to a drawing on paper, and people just marvel at it. And for me, it's like, it's second nature, you know, like it's just always been something I've been able to do. And it's sure, I went to art school, but like some of it is just like the brain's ability to parse a shape or shadow or form or whatever and put it all together. So yeah, it can be tricky kind of sometimes explaining how that works. And I found that when I was streaming a lot of art, I'd have to really slow down and explain what I was doing, because I would be doing 5 things at once, and then people were just like, what just happened? And it's because my brain was just working quickly at it. I really like that change. Specifically this is what I was really hoping to achieve and unlock. We'll have to think about how that changes, because I think what's going to happen is that this line is probably going to sweep out and come in through there, and it's going to change where this road kind of happens to be. And we may move this road. See, right now the bump in the road kind of happens here, and it might make more sense for the bump to happen farther along where the wall is, just to kind of echo that shape. It might make a little bit more sense in that situation. So we'll bump around and see what we can come up with. Yeah, I think that's looking pretty good. And we'll have to come up with ideas on what to put here. And if this goes out wider, then that also gives us an opportunity to put like another one of these like little cart side paths or something along here, because this still feels very, very empty. And I just have to fill it with like vegetation. It's just going to be time consuming. We've done it before. We've done it over there. And that's the difference between like stuff that I've landscaped versus stuff that I have not. So I'm going to take a slightly extended break between Minecraft and Satisfactory. It's usually about 10 minutes, maybe a little bit more. Gives me a chance to reheat my coffee and maybe even grab a small snack. You should too. If you're watching this later on YouTube, that's where I archive all of the VODs. This will be in a playlist for Westhill, the Citadel, and Satisfactory VODs are in separate playlists. Very easy to sort out what you're looking for. Thanks so much to Cosmic Dancer for moderating, for the gift subs, and for everyone that jumped in with the bits. That hype train at the kickoff of the stream was fantastic. I truly appreciate all of you. It's always nice to see the regulars, and then of course nice to welcome some new people this afternoon as well. And if you're not used to 2 games, then hey, just hang out. You know, you'll get to see a little bit of Satisfactory. It's another building game. It's very similar to Minecraft in that way. But I will be back in about, say, 10-15 minutes. And if you're watching later, I'll just see you next time.